ora, Aries. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is your reading for the new moon, which is literally happening right now. New moon in Aries. We've got the equinox today. And so it's a special time. Equinox northern, equinox southern hemispheres. It's a special time. It's a crossover point. And I think there's a lot of energy to be utilised at this time. Of course, it is a new moon in Aries. So let's see what we've got. Wow, we've got all the big guns coming out for you today, Aries. All the big guns. We start with the Eon in the Thoth deck. It's called Judgment. Remember, just as a side note, these readings are very general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And check out your other signs if you know your ascendant, moon, Venus and Jupiter as well. And the collective reading. Okay. The Eon. As I said in the Thoth deck, beautiful representation by Lady Frida Harris here. It is called Judgment. Judgment. We can think of judgment in many different ways. We monitor our own behaviour, don't we? We temper it. Sometimes we need to. Emotional impulse control. Yes, life is about free expression, but it's also about having a level of emotional impulse control. I always think of judgment as seeing like a film clip and it's just going, now we've seen this in dreams, we see it sometimes when we're having an afternoon nap, maybe we see a kind of series of clips moving past. Moving to the past and into the future. This is a time for that. Every point in time is a time of that, I guess. But anywho, so we're coming out with Judgment to begin with, and then we've got this beautiful gift of the Ace of Wands. So we've got we're on full throttle, we've got full capacity. That is something that comes to us, this level of vitality, creativity, this level of having a great blast of fire, will energy to utilize. We need to use it because often otherwise we use it against ourselves or against others. We use it for, I don't want to get into the ideas of positive, negative, but we use it in a productive, in a way that is beneficial not only for ourselves but for other people. You might be or have had feelings of being frustrated, Aries, feelings of being a little bit required to do a little bit of, those sort of three-dimensionals. Life is three-dimensional to us, isn't it, as humans? Generally, that's what we work within. And maybe there's been a few tasks for some Aries out there that have had to be completed. There might be a level of frustration in doing that and that it's taken time to do that. But you're just crossing over, in some ways, a bridge here. Into another zone, into a new zone. I think the Aries reading on the full moon that was, had a level of a kind of very, very much a recognition of quite a female principle of doing, a softening here. But we have got this Ace, which is a wonderful gift. Then we've got the Eon, like I said. Maybe some things felt like they've taken a bit of time because there's a process here. There's a level of natural timing that exists I think often in terms of judgment also there's a level of natural timing and a reminder to understand, that really it's judgment is largely about natural law, which has got nothing to do with personal grievances or alliances, are deserving things or being entitled to anything. It's natural law. It will play out. Then we have the beautiful high priestess. So we're understanding we might have been in this time of being a little level of frustration. We may well have been gaining some insights into just knowledge about ourselves, Aries. So it's all quite interesting. Let's keep the momentum, if there is a momentum happening. I think there is, and I do think that things are speeding up. I think we're all aware of that at the moment. So let's look at the Aeon, the Judgment card. This is about personal knowledge for you, Aries. We've got the Strength card, all about understanding our own internal machinations, our mind especially, to understand that. It seems like you've had time, whether you wanted it or not, to look at the difference between, psyche and ego and all that sort of stuff that goes on up here. In that sense, you could look at it like you've attracted that ace. 10 of Swords in Epiphany. Was it not last time? Yeah, I think sometimes these readings really do go in a rhythmic continuum, and that's just the way it seems to work with when I do readings. 10 of Swords in Epiphany, an understanding. We can't take any more of these swords. It's a point of moving to the next cycle. It really is a difficult thing. That as humans, sometimes we need to play certain scenarios and situations out in order to gain this, to gain an understanding of not only a situation that we involve ourselves within, but our way of, it gives us a new glimpse. It's like, well, you walk through that doorway and we're on this continuum, right? So there's going to be other doorways. But by doing that, we discover, either new things in that next room, in that next chamber, that we didn't realize about ourselves, or that we're bringing these new understandings through with us through each doorway that we move through. And to me, the 10 of Swords is sort of like that. So let's just focus on the Ace of Wands. We've got opportunities here. We don't want to fall back into old habits, Aries. Whether this is you or people, someone in your life, there's a great propulsion to move forward, to keep developing, to keep expressing yourself. 8 of Swords, self-limitation. This could be in relation to an understanding, coming to an understanding of that 10 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords, in a nutshell, self-limitation. There's nothing stopping you from accepting and bathing in this Ace of Wands, as it were. Now we're looking at a card of alchemy. Get the Lovers coming out. Traditionally, the Lovers is a card of choice. It's also a card of a sort of level of synthesis, integration, which takes time in itself. And also, it is about contracts. What are your contracts with people, Aries, at the moment? is there an equal dynamic of power? Now, so we're looking at the card of alchemy here. Divine time, whatever way you want to look at it. We get the lovers, as I just said, choice, an integration of sorts, a rebalancing. Indicates contracts. What are the contracts that you have with others? What are your relationships? What are the power dynamics? Prince of Swords. We're trying to understand collective, group, and personal dynamics, one-on-one and group. There's something in here that you're getting insights into within your world, because we have the world. We open it up. We're able to move through whatever you want to call it, lessons, experiences, understandings, epiphanies. You've got it. You've understood something within yourself, within your world, within your relationships. Where are you within your world? Is it, we don't want to get caught up in being bound, whether it's by our own psychology or by someone else. This is a wonderful reading because it's sort of big realizations here. Like you're blasting through that new portal, Aries. Just a new phase of your life. Let's look at the High Priestess. Bound up in the past. We're talking recently of healing ancestral wounds. Largely that was a lot to do with that last selection of readings with over the full moon there. We're looking at the Priestess, beautiful. Keeper of the libraries within ourselves, the knowledge in this life, whatever way you want to look at it, past lives, genetic, epigenetics, all that sort of stuff. We've understood some elements here. We've understood. We've got new information. This is what's propelled us. But we've had to take our time. We've been sort of dictated to by the Time Lords, you could say. We've got the beautiful Knight of Cups, emotional offering. Now, this could be from someone, or it could be to you, from you. Six of Wands, victory, winning, overcoming, winning, being seen to be of success, being seen to be of service to others. It's pretty beautiful, Aries, because there's a level of patience that you've had to, that could have felt incredibly restrictive, and maybe it did, but you've moved through it, if that makes sense. And then we have from Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairies, the singer of initiation. And indeed, I would say it has been an initiatory period for you. Arval Parrot, the full expression. If it's been, I'm just talking generally here, if it's been full expression, overcoming a lot of self-limitations of this current time, I think it's very difficult to, we all have those and we all work with that. And sometimes we feel we've had a victory over those limitations and sometimes we don't, but we try. I digress here. If it's, for some Aries out there, if it's not been seen yet within your world, within yourself. It will be. There are signs and there are signals. This is an energy to be taken and utilized and used, and it is about expression. Oval Parrot is about expressing your personal will, whether that is initially in signs and signals. In signs and signals, it will eventually be expressed in voice. And I think this is probably the point at which it is expressed in voice. That's what I generally get. Kim Cran's Animal Spirit. How glorious is this, Aries, with this ace? We've got the Firefly. Firefly, we're totally focused here. Firefly, any sort of light. It's as if there's a thirst. Firefly, as if there's a thirst for it, and that's all you see, and that's all you're going for, and it's amazing. It's amazing, Aries. On that note, I hope you got something from this reading. Take good care. Celebrate the equinox as a special time, as a special moment in the year, a crossover point, and this new moon in your sign, Aries. It's like, whoa, blasting out there. Ka kite. Enjoy. Thank you.